much the MBAs and the doctor's degrees, because I've got one degree on my name. And please, if you are on that level where I am, put it on your business card. It's your QBE degree, and you don't forget it today. Qualified by experience. Okay. So for me, was maybe not so fortunate like my fellow colleague. Didn't get the education because I couldn't. I grew up as a labourer's child. Both my mom in the vineyards, my dad in the vineyards, my mom in the strawberry fields. Small little village in Pinel. I'm not telling you a story that you must say, ach, foi toch nog a sad story. No. I'm telling you this to prove to you that you can raise up from the bottom. So, I grew up those years where it was a DOP system. Everybody knows the DOP system. The DOP system was given to my people of color instead of money. You make sure my vineyards look smart, as long as I give you the frotsop van die wyn. And that's where fetal alcohol syndrome started. And fetal alcohol syndrome is the reason why there's so much disabled children in the Western Cape, because of the DOP system. So I didn't know. I didn't have a cooking clue what this means. This name, Thokozani, a Zulu name, means celebrations. And I never knew I would end up here. It was always my love to go back into the community one day when I have my own job. So unfortunately, I couldn't study. So that whole thing about making dresses was the only thing because my mom did it the sideline. And I worked at Edgar's and ShopRite, and I packed the bags, and then I went study Fashion and Art Studio at Pentec, and I completed my 4 years. But I never could find a job. And then I was and then I was this, and then you were that, and that was just how I got along. Any job that I could get. Long story short, I ended up with the Mediclinic Group corporate group, and I worked my way up, omdat ek is net mal. I believe you must do everything with passion. And I ended there and become a project manager, and after 10 years I told myself, this is not where I want to be. You grow up on a farm, and you want to sit and look at 4 walls every day, and you don't see any cars or people. I grew up on a farm, not my mom and dad's farm, as a labourer's child. I need to be in nature, and I want to be plowing back to the community. That's what I said to myself. And I never knew where God's going to send me. And I ended up on this farm. Thokozani. I joined Thokozani without a degree. I just decided, and somebody, was it you, Carmen, asked me, how do you just make that choice of getting out of corporate or just take that leap of faith? I still don't know. I just was fed up with corporate cut-off dates. I couldn't handle it anymore. En die mense, elke dag die check run hier en die check run daar, ek is moeg geraak af van. And I just said, I want to be in a community where people appreciate and where I can make a difference. And you know what? I worked with hospitals. We did the commissioning of hospitals, and this one guy was my architect in the team. And he said, my wife started a recruitment company in Paarl, and she's looking for an HR, but you must have an MBA. Masa iets. And I said to Kobus, just give me the CV. Take my CV and give it to your wife. And I did that. He did that. And I met this Jewish man, David Sonnenberg, on a Saturday while I was in Palmore. He called me and said, would you like to come for an interview with t-shirts and shorts? And I went to the interview, and he asked me all kind of funny questions, and he looked at me. He was seriously analyzing me because he's a clinical psychologist. And I said, well, I can see I'm not getting this job anyway. And he said, well, ma'am, let me just tell you, you are not my first choice. I've already interviewed 3 other ladies with MBAs, and you last on my list. So when somebody tells you that, and I seriously just decided, this is not for me. So, long story short, what happened was, David called me literally in the middle of the night. Everybody, they said they can't take the job. Are you available? And I'm like, serious? And you already told me I was the 4th person for the job. And you know, my faith is in the man above. And I always like, God, what is this? There must be a message. And I said to my husband, hey, brother, there's an opportunity. What do you think? And we prayed about that. And he said, listen, Denise, I never made choices for you, but you always work with your gut. I went to Mediclinic the next day. I said, this is my letter of resignation. I will be working on a farm. I still don't know what my job is. But I will be seeing you whenever. And I literally started working the Monday, not knowing where I'm going to sit, nothing. And David sat down with me on the Manor House stoep. I don't have the pictures, just for training and development. Here am I. So, Linky, David, sister. There she is. This is how I work every day. I'm sorry for corporates. I love what I'm doing outside. And David said to me, Denise, you know when you go for an interview and people say, this will be your job, this is the input, this is the output, and all that nonsense. He said to me, Denise, I don't know how we're going to do this. But I've got 130 employees that I want to be upskilled, have better lives, be empowered, and become shareholders in my business. And I said, David, I don't know. But he said, I'm going to make it very tough for you, my dear. I can see you don't understand. Ownership, shareholders, and whatever, directorship. That's why titles for me. And he said to me, but I would like you to become a big player in this company. And I'm not going to pay you any bonuses, nor any increases for 5 years. And I already resigned. And he told me the Monday, for 5 years. But in my heart, I believe you is going to turn this business around. And I didn't have a clue. And I went home crying. Oh, I gaan terug Mediclinic toe. Now, my father, you sent the wrong message. I need to do this. And I was totally stressed out. And I went back and I said, Winston, you gave me the wrong message. And I thought maybe he was joking. And I went back to him on Tuesday. I said, sir, I can say at least ek het diepsporige terug by Mediclinic. They say I can come back. And I'm sorry, I'm not taking this job. He said, and you're giving up already? You're a woman. I thought, my goodness. And he said, you're a woman of color, Denise. I'm inviting you into an industry that never belonged to you. I'm inviting you into an industry that my dad, he stopped the fetal alcohol syndrome. Whole mess in the Western Cape. And you telling me no. Because I was uncertain. I didn't know. It took me the bonuses and I put this, and it didn't happen. And David said to me, please don't disappoint me. I walked into a male-dominating farm where it was just white. And I had the hell of a time. My office was the old style with a screen without a keyboard. Because David said, you go to Freddie and Freddie will sort you out. I'm up at the Manor House. Because we don't know the plan. So I didn't know what to do. And 2 employees of Denise Fontaine Hospitality came to me and said, we're so glad you're here. Cheslin and Phillida. They said, are you going to be our HR? Can we come talk to you now because we've got a lot on our heart? And that was the deal. That was for me, they are hungry for someone. And I need to be here. We have a fixed asset today of 11 million, which is our cottages, which are in the name of not Denise Stubbs, of us. So we are all shareholders in the company, individual shareholders, and you can Google about this. We took the difficult part. You know why? We didn't form a trust. It was lekker to Japo a trust in this climate of BEE and what EE. Ne? White economic empowerment. So in this climate, everything is about your scorecards. So what happened, David said, I started this. I believed in you. Today I have 35% in this company of 80%. I'm the majority shareholder, next bonuses, next increases. Always remember that. These guys have all a percentage in the farm. And we put it on different levels from grassroots right up 10,000 shares in the company, individual shares. What have we done over the years for them? We didn't declare dividends. Sorry. It's not that we say we're not paying taxes. The people that's in this business are farm workers. They don't need a lot of money in their hands. They need proper houses. They need proper education. She will stand here next year, please, madam, and she will come and tell you her story about grief, about growing up and looking after her children alone. We need to make sure that the education is there. Those children must be our legacies. Right, Liesel, Hakona? Thokozani Wines today is the only empowerment brand that's national in Woolworths. It took us 7 years to get there. And we started off with 125,000 Rand turnover. We're standing now on a 4.5 million Rand turnover in less than 7 years. And you know what? You beautiful ladies that invited me, and I'm going to end off here. We don't get the platform to tell you the truth behind that bottle of wine. We don't get the opportunity to tell you really hoe bly die hart ons werk om vir julle te sê, believe in us. When you go back to your corporates, you know what? It's, listen, we learned about Thokozani today, not about Denise. Het julle nog nie gehoor van haar wyn nie? Ek gaan julle almal invite. And I will ask you, I'm going to take your business cards, or whoever the coordinators, and I'm going to invite you to the farm. Ek gaan vir julle 50% discount gee, want ek gaan ons alles oor prys. Then you come to the farm, and you come and experience a guest house where we will invite you on a tractor. So julle wat heils dra is uit. You will be driving to your guest house. You will sleep over. You will have breakfast on the terrace on a farm while the horses are running. You will then have your conference and go to the swimming pool in the rose garden and have your lunch. It's beautiful. You as corporate will embrace BEE for the government for your scorecards, but you will make us happy. Because constantly everyone support, and I think you feel the same, that people support the big guns. Ne? Support our small people. We really have a fabulous story. And every cent you invest in our company goes to the right things.